I got blamed for divorcing cheating husband. I was blindsided by my husband for years. I never knew that he cheated until the affair partner and his 8-year-old son showed up at our house during my mother-in-law's birthday. It was quite a mess at that time, since it was kind of a family gathering and both our families were there. The affair partner said that since my husband is the father of the child, he has to raise him as well. Financial support is not enough. He should be a father figure of the child. My mother-in-law agreed and said she wanted to raise the child in our home. I was so angry that I decided to divorce my husband and said it in front of everyone. My family agreed with my decision and were supportive of me, while my husband's family disagreed. My 15-year-old daughter disagreed as well. She asked me and my family to forgive her father so that our family would not be broken. My husband also cried so hard at that time and asked for my forgiveness, but I was not buying it. He knew from the start that cheating is one of the deal breakers of our marriage since we discussed it beforehand. What hurts the most is the betrayal of my daughter. At first, she kept asking me to forgive her father. She said her father promised not to do it again. She kept pestering me so that I would listen to and give up the idea of divorce and not to break the family apart and continue living with her father as if everything was fine. She also said that her half-brother was innocent at all these, so it was fine to live with us. You can't imagine how devastated I was as I listened to her bull crap. When I asked her if she and the mother-in-law knew about the affair, she stuttered and changed the subject. From then on, I knew that they all knew. I told her that all of them were the ones who broke the family apart by their betrayal, not me. Fast forward, divorce was successful, and since the house was mine before marriage, then my husband and mother-in-law moved out. Now, my daughter and mother-in-law hated me and blamed me for breaking the family apart and being a hard-hearted biatch. According to them, my daughter also moved out with them. The last I heard, the mistress and her son were living with all of them. I no longer have a daughter and a husband, and my own company. Anyway, I still have my parents and my brothers who stand by my side. They are my strongest support system. What is a daughter? I still have my nephews and nieces I can dote on instead. I can't say I'm okay at this moment, but I wish someday I will be. I wish things will be better in the near future. Additional info: my ex-mother-in-law has been my daughter's caregiver since my daughter was 6 months old, so there might be something about it that I don't know. I also thought that my ex-husband's entire family seemed to know as well, but it doesn't matter now, is it? The devastation they caused me was really hard for me to overcome. Update: 2 months ago, my daughter called and wanted to have a talk, so we made an appointment for the weekend the same week. A day before the meeting, she called up and said she had something going on, so we canceled the meetup. She made a few more appointments that she canceled again and again and again. Today, she came to my house to talk. We did talk, but it's more like her one-sided rant. She was so self-absorbed of how miserable their lives are, how much smaller their house now, how she have to share her room with grandma, how their house have no peace because of small conflicts every day, grandma, dad and her new mom fighting, how they lack money. I paid maximum child support by the way. It's just that they can no longer afford to cater to her whims. She also complained how miserable her dad is right now, how drunk he is every night, how he was sorry, so on and so forth. I asked how long she had known her father's affair, and she told me she knew it from the beginning. Over the years, they used my ex-sister-in-law, ex's younger sister, as a cover every time they visited the child. Ex-sister-in-law is frail and sickly, so I find it normal for them to care for her every now and then. She just lived an hour away from us. The affair partner lived near her. They usually go there every other weekend and stay there for a day or two over the years. Imagine how I felt this time after I knew the extent of the deception. I sometimes visited with them, but I never met the affair partner or the child. My daughter even told me that her brother is well-behaved, cute, and lovable, and I would love him too if I only gave him a chance. I really can't understand how her brain works, as she was trying to piss me off to death. She wanted to come back and live with me, and I agreed, but then she wanted to bring along her brother. I disagreed. She then came strong at this time and said that if I wanted her to move back in, I should forgive and reconcile with her dad. I refused. I told her if she wanted to come back, just her alone. Under no circumstances can those irrelevant people set foot in my house again. She got angry and said they were her family and she couldn't just leave them alone. I told her they were her family, not mine. She is my only responsibility, no one else. They have no right to come to my house. If they force it, the police would be involved. I asked her what her views of cheating were, and if she would tolerate it if it happened to her. She firmly said that she wouldn't, but if it's her dad, it's not a big deal. Other people, it's a big no, she wouldn't tolerate them. Then I asked why she wanted me to be okay with cheating when she wouldn't. I told her I would never ever tolerate cheating or any forms of betrayal. Then, I tried to tell her how it hurts a lot to be betrayed, and it literally destroyed me, especially when they all played me for a fool for years. Then she said our family should be different and her dad is different and he is a great dad. Her dad is her family, so she will accept and forgive him no matter what. So I told her he is her family, all right, but not mine. We're divorced, so I have no responsibility towards him. She's free to do whatever she wants to do, but she has no right to tell me what I should and shouldn't do. Then comes the accusations, screaming actually, how I was a crappy wife for divorcing her dad, how I was the worst mother that because of my ego, I still divorced her father despite her begging me not to. She only wants a happy family, intact, not a broken one. Her dad was really sorry for what he had done, but I was an unforgiving, hypocritical one. Why can't I be a good wife and mother by staying in the marriage? She even told me that if I really loved her, I should have compromised for her. I explained my side and how I felt after this time, but she wouldn't listen to a single word. She just thought that their present predicaments were my fault. She then told me not to see her again. I'm no longer part of her life. She completely broken our mother-daughter relationship. Then she stormed out of my house. When I look back to the past, I now understand why my ex and ex-mother-in-law overindulged my daughter during her childhood years. They cater to everything. I mean everything she ever asked for. When I talked to them about it before, they only told me that she's just a kid and the only princess of our family, so she deserved everything in the world. I never agreed to them, so I did the opposite. When she wanted some things, I would ask her why she wanted those things, and she has worked for it. Simple chores. I tried my best to teach her the value of hard work, but it didn't work because her dad and grandma would give in to her instead. Their overindulgence must have been for these situations. They must have thought that I would give in for my daughter's sake. I love my daughter, but there are things that I wouldn't compromise, and infidelity and betrayal are those things. I have lots of regrets, self-blame, sorrow, anger, resentment, and fear. Fear that my daughter is completely ruined by them. I blamed myself for my complacency and lack of judgment all those years. I'm really convinced what everyone said that she was brainwashed, conditioned by them, so I'm at a loss of what to do. My incompetence led to this situation I'm in. I know, I'm a failure. I also knew that. I wanted to have a good relationship with her, yet I don't know how to. I really don't know what else to do.